Evening, everybody. How are we? Just going to wait a couple of minutes for people to join and then we'll get started. Great. Some of you have started joining in. Great. So, just to chat firstly and to introduce myself if you haven't watched me before, I suppose. My name's Lynda Quigley and I'm a practicing paediatric nurse and I'm also a mum of 3. My eldest being 15 and my youngest turning 10 this week actually. So I've been through those humps and bumps of first aid in the younger years and a few broken bones and that. So I'm really hoping that tonight's talk will benefit all of you. I'm delighted that I'm collabing with Kaliedy, and I really hope that you're finding my chats informative. As you know, I download these videos to their IGTV, and also I've start popping them on my own page. So, feel free to always go back. I know I've had a few messages to say that you're all writing down everything I'm saying, but they are all saved. So I hope that's of some use to you. Just to say in Kaliedy though, as you know, it's the newest online baby nursery and toy website, and it has loads to offer. Any delivery over 50 is free, and it's also got the exclusive stock list of the early learning toys, which I loved when mine were small, and I'm now buying them from my nieces and nephews and co. So do check them out if you haven't obviously checked out their website. So I suppose tonight's topic we thought would be very helpful would be to chat about what I feel are the great best kind of items to have in your first aid box at home. So first off, just to say a couple of tips in the first aid box. I always have just like a plastic kind of a Tupperware box like this. Sorry, this is my daughter's one in her room. But like this for my bits and bobs in the press. Because if you're rummaging through in the case of an emergency, it's actually easier to have it kind of in a box that's easy to the eye. Another tip I would give you is I have in my glove compartment or the boot of the car, whichever has got the more space, just a small pouch like this with a few necessary bits in it. So if there's an accident when you're out of the house, you have your bits and bobs in the pouch. I'm not talking about Calpol and Nurofen. Often we carry those around in our nappy bags or our changing bags, but dressings, and I'm going to go through all the bits and bobs here. So I just find it really handy to have in your car in case there's an accident in the playground or in the park. And the other tip I would give you, whether it's a staycation or if we're able to get away again abroad, what I would say is I often, the tubs that we have that you buy your washing detergent liquid tablets, they have a really good safety lock on the top. As you know, they're quite hard to open. So the smaller little boxes, I actually, when we're going away, I pop in all the kind of essential medication in that box and clip it closed, because it's really hard for the smallies to open up those boxes. So it's just a nice handy little one to pop in the suitcase or in the car for a staycation or whatever, and you can have it up high. So that's just a tip outside what's going to be put into the box. So first off, the first thing I would say is ice packs. I know it doesn't sound like rocket science, but honestly, if you're going to invest in a few things, do invest in a decent ice pack. And sorry now, me rummaging around in my box here, but I want to be able to show you as much as I can this evening. This ice pack, you can see it's still frozen from my freezer, is the best purchase that I have found. It's about €4. I picked it up in Boots, but I'm sure the range of pharmacies have them, and it's by Stereoplast. But you can hear it. It's got like a gel mould in the inside, and I love it because it can mould around whatever joint or injury that happens. Now, obviously, the key rule when it comes to ice packs is you never put it directly on to the skin. It can cause more harm than good. It can stick to the skin, and it's not a good idea at all. So whatever you can grab in your hand. So I've got a face cloth here. You always wrap your ice pack around your face cloth, or indeed a muslin square, a hand towel, whatever you've got handy. Wrap your ice pack around in it. And this one, as I said, is just brilliant because you can actually pop your thing, and say if it's a wrist, for argument's sake, and it molds around the joint, and it's just fantastic. The ice get really into the joint. So that's the first ice pack I wanted to show you. But for the car or traveling, whatever, the instant ice packs are fantastic. Especially, I have a bundle of kids that play a lot of sport, and I always have one of these in the car in case there's an accident at a match or whatever. So these guys, you shake it, and then in the inside of them is like a liquid ball. You squeeze that, it becomes cold instantly. Again, cover. So whatever you got in the car, a scarf, pop a glove over it, just as long as not directly onto the skin. And these are really handy, and they're cheap as chips. You can get them a range of products, but these Medicare are an Irish company, so I love promoting Irish. So that's why I'm kind of using most of these products this evening. But you can pick them up in any pharmacy, and they're just ideal to have if you're out and about. So that's my ice pack. And I suppose, why do we use ice? Like, well, what a benefit it is. Well, ice causes vasoconstriction. And what does that mean? That's a big fancy word. Basically, what that does is it reduces the passages of blood. So that helps then to reduce pain, reduce swelling, because the pooling or the accumulation of the blood to the injury is reduced. And so that's reduced to the injured area. So the action of the cold on the injury or the injured area also causes a decrease in muscle contraction.